huge tradition for Graham Mourie here, the New Zealand skipper, to try to carry on today. The New Zealanders may have won the toss, and it's Wales to kick off through Gareth Davies. And it's Stu Wilson, the right wing. And I tell you, how's that for a bit of adventure right at the start, over the 22. Caught there by Jeff Squire. Immediately the All Blacks on a lovely ruck, and Doug Bruce prods one up into Welsh territory. And Gareth Davies gets across there to put it into touch. And that's the man that Wales will have to watch very carefully today, Stu Wilson, one of the world-class men in this New Zealand side. The Welsh 10 metres line. At the tail there for Wales, number 6, Paul Ringer. Up goes Hayden. Mourie tries to gather it in. Through there went Derek Quinnell. A lot of bodies all caught on the wrong side. And immediately, the sort of thing that Roger Quittenton here will have to stop right away. And immediately he's called the two skippers together. Graham Mourie, JPR, of course, will have to come a long way. And of course there's tremendous tension out there on the field as well. But all those international players have got to remember that they've got an obligation to the game at large. In any case, Wales have been penalised for going on the wrong side, and Brian Williams is going to have a shot at goal. That's the distance of it. Brand new goalposts here at the National Stadium, made by apprentices in a steelworks at Port Talbot. Brian Williams. He's got underneath it a bit. Kind of like a wedge golf shot. JPR calls for the mark and gets it. Jeff Wheel and Derek Quinnell go in to save him. Typical brave JPR mark. Hasn't found touch. Bruce waits on halfway. Bruce prodding out to the right wing to JJ. That could be useful for Wales because JJ has found space. Back goes Curry to his own 22. Right away, JPR hoists it up again into the New Zealand 22, and Bill Osborne calls for the mark. I don't think they heard the referee's whistle, and this is absolutely disgraceful. And JPR Williams, the Welsh captain, in there quickly, and Billy Bush drawn across by the referee. This could be a caution without an ordering off, but the next time Billy Bush will have to go, because that's what the law says. And let's all hope now that that settles down everybody. And Wales have this great opportunity from the New Zealand 22, given to Gareth Davies, kicking towards the taff end. And that's exactly where our camera is, just behind the posts at the river taff end. Gareth Davies with this chance to put Wales into the lead. They say up in Scotland, nae bother at all, and that certainly was none for Gareth Davies. Wales ahead 3-0 with about 5 minutes of the first half gone. Now this is Clive Curry, who got his first cap for the All Blacks against Ireland a week ago, and who has been practicing this kick-off assiduously with Andy Hayden in support. And that's why he's done it. Hayden getting up there. And that again has sent the All Blacks scurrying back towards their own 22. And Curry did extremely well to get back from the kick-off to take that into touch. Terry Holmes, a Well, scrum half who got his one cap against Australia in the summer. Bobby Windsor checks on the signal. Number 4, Alan Martin. Number 8, Derek Quinnell. Quinnell, Holmes, Davies along the line to Fenwick. It's out to Clive Rees. Fenwick drops. That's the New Zealand 22. Oh, and the Welshman certainly heaved away, but it's a free kick for Not Straight. Now this is an indirect, but it can still be a tap and a drop goal. Holmes to Gareth Davies, sliced off the right-hand side. Clive Curry thinking better of opening out there. That was a good chance for Gareth Davies to stretch the lead. His opposite number, Doug Bruce of Canterbury. Beautifully hoisted. Again, up goes Hayden. Quinnell was in there. Now it's picked up by Squire. He's going to be a fascinating part of today's match, because Wales have probably the best scrummage along with England in these islands. This is Brian Williams, caught by Jeff Squire. Gets it inside to Mourie, but his feet were over the line. Brian Williams, this powerfully built Auckland wing. Windsor throws, again Quinnell helping. Out there to Gareth Davies from Holmes. But Gary Owen goes in. Steve Fenwick was up there, Clive Rees as well. And they've won it. The drive on by Jeff Squire. Looking for support, gets it from Bobby Windsor. They're 15 metres out from the All Blacks post. Another superb ball the Welshmen have won. This is Holmes kicking for Clive Rees. Graham Mourie was across there to make the catch. And it looks like a penalty to Wales. Wales have made a tremendous start to this match. Referee explaining, I think, that a tackle had been made, the ball not released.
A good little chip there by Terry, which has left the All Blacks obviously in possession, and the penalty was given for not playing the ball off the floor by still hanging on to it, which is illegal. A very deft kick there, and Clive Rees really did very well in pressurising the All Black in that situation.
This is Clive Curry, the All Blacks fullback, who obviously got a bit of concussion when he went for that high ball, the initial high ball. And this is a very sad sight indeed for a young fellow playing in only his second international for New Zealand. Jerry Lewis with him there. Well then, can Gareth Davies put Wales 6 points in the clear? Oh, it looks good, curling in. What a beauty. Well, the whole of Cardiff erupts at that. 6 points to nil, about 11 minutes gone. And Wales couldn't have had a more uplifting start. The All Blacks, of course, down at the moment to 14, so Brian Williams is taking the kick-off for them. And it's a bit too far. Holmes waits again, back to Gareth Davies. That's a massive kick. The referee had a look back to see if there had been late obstruction. This is Bill Osborne. Osborne, very powerful centre. Steve Fenwick was in there. Clive Rees trying to intercept. Now it's Brad Johnson looking for the black support. Oh, the All Black side, of course, looking for the replacement to come on because they don't want to be any later than this. And sure enough, It's Brian McKechnie of the Southland, who played his first 2 internationals as a fullback against France. So New Zealand back to 15 on the field. Holmes, Davies. Brian Williams has to turn inside his own 22. Hasn't found touch. JPR. Tackled there by Mourie. McKechnie went for it, but Osborne took it instead. And here again, Osborne with this electrifying pace of his. A great chance for New Zealand. Bruce, out to Bruce Robertson. They're over halfway. Robertson taking on Clive Rees. Inside to Stu Wilson. That was Bruce with a foot to it. Gareth Davies on his own 22. But the ball had been nudged forward. Referee deciding that the clear enough advantage, well, in fact, deciding that the advantage hadn't gone to Wales. He's in fact given it to the All Blacks. So obviously he decided that it was a Welsh knock forward. Penalty for playing the man who didn't have the ball. Scrum half against scrum half. That was perhaps a little bit rash, because it gives Brian McKechnie here a real chance to cut the leeway. So McKechnie with a chance to make it 6-3. Well, you can't get any closer than that. Graham Price touches down. The disappointed young lad from the Southland. And Wales still 6 points up. Davies, up goes Hayden. Drive on again by Rutledge. Now it's Loveridge to Bruce. Well, you won't see that very often. Doug Bruce has generally very safe hands indeed. You can see how annoyed he is with himself over that one. Welsh 10 metres line. Charlie Faulkner on this side against Kingi Tatipoi, Billy Bush. Again, Quinnell controlling that ball beautifully. Holmes to Davies. This Gareth Davies has a Barry John touch about the coolness, the calm assurance of the lad. Billy Bush with the beard in the middle of the line out. Andy Hayden behind him. Then Rutledge. Frank Oliver, number 2. Jeff Wheel opposite Frank Oliver. That's Wheel. Holmes again to Davies. Fenwick on the dummy run. This is Ray Gravel. Gravel to Davies. Out to J.J. Williams. Williams, the kick past Brian Williams. Back goes Gary Seard. The referee decided that it was a trip. And JPR Williams in complete charge gives the goal kick to Steve Fenwick, and that'll please everybody down Bridgend way. You could see that there was a little tap of the heels as JJ tried to go past Brian Williams. And this is Steve Fenwick with a great chance really to not put Wales out of reach, but certainly to give them a commanding lead. That's the distance of it. Fenwick with 82 international points for Wales so far. Boom. 85.
Steve Fenwick, a man for all seasons and a man for all moments, doing exactly what he did against Ireland last year when the pressure was on and when Wales really need some more points on the board.
Mind you, he'll have to sew his own jersey, Gareth, after this. McKechnie restarts. In goes Alan Martin. Fed out from Bush. Loveridge. Terry Holmes beaten by it. JJ back there, half of New Zealand with him. They're only 10 metres from the Welsh line. Along to Bruce. Now it's Osborne. Osborne with a kick for Stu Wilson. Can Stu Wilson get the touch? He's going to be there first. What a try! Stu Wilson's 5th try of this tour. And it all came away from the drive forward by the All Black pack. And it was Mourie filling in at scrum half who made the pass. Bruce did it, and then Osborne with this little half check, and then finding the space. Wilson very fast indeed. And first there before Gareth Davies. So a quick riposte by the All Blacks. McKechnie with the conversion. Has he brought it in? Not enough, just a foot wide. But that certainly puts the All Blacks right back into the match. 9 points to 4, Wales are in the lead. About 25 minutes of the first half over. Davies, Bruce. Now here Wales have tended to use Jeff Wheel near the front, or the big men Quinnell and Squire at the back, quite rightly trying to bypass Big Hayden there, who did such a great job for the All Blacks against Ireland. But that time it was Martin to Holmes, Davies to Fenwick. McKechnie in front of his own posts. And the referee has decided that was late obstruction by Bill Osborne, and he's given the second penalty where the ball alighted. That's the late tackle law. Mourie checking up. A tremendous effort by Roger Crittenden in a way, because it's one of the most difficult things for a referee to cope with. He wants to watch the ball in flight, and yet he obviously looked back in time to see the late obstruction. Again from the camera at the taff end, Gareth Davies. "12 points to 4, Wales lead. About 27 minutes of the first half gone. There's the pass from Gareth Davies to Fenwick. Fenwick gave the kick, and you can see how number 12, Bill Osborne, went in and blocked the other centre. So, a lot of hearts throbbing round this stadium at the moment, I can tell you. 12-4 to Wales. Brian McKechnie restarts. Has it gone the 10 metres? Hayden got a hand to it. Holmes, once again to Davies. What a marvellous catch that was. And Wilson kept it in. Wilson, caught by Rees. Graham Price, number 3 at the front for Wales, then the big man Wheel behind him, then Charlie Faulkner, number 1. Wins a throw, Squire palms. Holmes. Bobby Windsor playing scrum half. Fenwick. Fenwick caught there by Dalton. Penalty against the Welshman for tying it in the run. Immediately leverage to Bruce, and Bruce has found a lot of space there and a lot of territorial gain as well. That was a lovely kick. How close the All Blacks are to the Welsh line. But it's the Welsh throw. Jeff Squire, number 7, very useful auxiliary jumper at the tail. But Windsor this time keeping it close. Loveridge, however, to Bruce, along the line to Osborne. In comes Brian Williams. Williams couldn't get his pass in because of the tackle by Ringer. This is Clive Rees. Rees of London Welsh, almost up to the Welsh 10 metres line. Tremendous surge by the Welsh forwards. Now it's Fenwick. Fenwick to McKechnie inside the New Zealand 22. Back goes Loveridge to cover his fullback. Good bit of play there by the All Black scrum half. And Steve Fenwick getting his new jersey from Jerry Lewis, and no doubt glad of that, because those flappy bits are easily held in the tackle. It was meant for Quinnell, and that's Andy Dalton going through on Windsor. Charlie Faulkner ties it in. Again Jeff Wheel, the ripper, puts it out. Davies into that bit of space. Stu Wilson. Wilson hacks on. That was Holmes who got it first, then Davies. Up to Brian Williams, over the halfway line. Look at this great mass of All Black jerseys on this ball. Gary Sear there first on the 22. Should be a good ball for the All Blacks to win. They're almost in front of the Welsh post. So the All Blacks training hard at the leash for another score just before half-time to bring them right back into contention. The referee will be saying you have to hold the shove until the ball comes in. Loveridge to Bruce, inside to Williams. Brian Williams gives it to Sear. Now it's Brad Johnston. So they're only 12 metres away from the Welsh goal line. As close as that. Holmes waits for... Will it be Quinnell who gives him the feed? No, it was Squire. Holmes, big strong lad, but in real trouble there from Leicester Rutledge. Now can the All Blacks win this one? But there's a Welsh body over the top. May have been Paul Ringer who got over, although there seemed to be 2 or 3 bodies there. But it's a chance for the All Blacks once again to cut the deficit. Great problem for referees nowadays, of course, is deciding whether a maul or a ruck has formed, and therefore whether a fellow can be offside, or if everybody's on the ground, they can't be offside. But in any case, he's decided here that it's a chance for Brian McKechnie to make it 12-7. McKechnie from the 22. And he's got it over the touch judges. How do we look at each other? But that's a good enough one for young McKechnie to lift his hopes for the rest of the afternoon. And it certainly lifts his side, because that's now Wales 12, New Zealand 7. And I make it that we're in injury time at the interval. Gareth Davis restarts. Brad Johnson goes up with Hayden. Rutledge comes in as the clearer up. Feeds it back nicely, and that was Frank Oliver. Now it's Loveridge to Bruce. Osborne, nobody running. That's Robertson. The kick meant for Brian Williams, and he gets it, and he's over halfway, and he gets past Gareth Davies. What a tackle by JPR Williams. A bone-shattering tackle. This is Fenwick. Gareth Davies. Stu Wilson had moved across, called for the mark, and got it. He was stationary, both feet were on the ground. He had called for a mark, and he made a clean catch, and those are the 4 main conditions. Stu Wilson. Well, they'll tell him about that kick in Wellington when he gets back. How did that happen, he says. Referee's whistle goes for half-time after about 3.5 minutes of injury time. And that really has been one of the most exciting first halves that I can remember at an international. And it's very delicately poised. Wales ahead by 12 points to 7. So all set for the restart, and 40 minutes of suspense and drama and passion and all other things. Brian McKechnie to start the second half for New Zealand. The All Black forwards, as you can see, like greyhounds in the slips, as it were. Kind of big greyhounds too. McKechnie kicks. Charlie Faulkner ties it in. Holmes has a wee look to see, and the big man, Jeff Wheel, almost winning it clear, but prevented there just from getting the ball away by Andy Dalton, this very tough 15-stone New Zealand hooker. Great advantage for the Welsh scrummage, of course, that Martin and Wheel are playing together in the Boiler House for the 19th time in an international match. And when you think of that, behind the Pontypool front row, who play every week together, it really is a tremendous benefit to Wales in this particular aspect of play. And this Welsh scrummage has looked solid and secure so far in this match. This is just on the Welsh 10 metres line, and once again they're holding it good and steady. A little turn there. Quinnell holding it in. That's Sear nicely out to Bruce. That's Brian Williams again. Williams well tackled by Davies, and that was Holmes who got it away. This Terry Holmes, the Cardiff scrum half, is a big, powerful lad, about 6'1" and 13 stones. Takes a lot of uprooting. New Zealand put in, and Brian Williams is ready to come into the three-quarter line. It's Loveridge, but he hasn't gone. This is Bruce, this is Bill Osborne. Tremendous tackling by Gravel and Fenwick. The kick on by Ringer, the hoof on by Clive Rees. Can he get that ball up to the 22? Ringer is there as well, the young Ebbw Vale flanker. Referee deciding the ball had gone forward, but this shows you the pace of this new young Welsh flanker. He really got up there well with Clive Rees. On the New Zealand 22. The All Blacks front row hoisted, but Loveridge, a nicely adjusted kick there. Dave Loveridge from Taranaki has had a great season with that province, and really has been baying at the heels of Mark Donaldson for the last season or so. Up to halfway. Martin at the back again, and Hayden with him. Frank Oliver, number 5. And they've brought in this time the extra forward, Brad Johnson, so it's 3-3. This is Derek Quinnell. Lovely handoff there of Frank Oliver. Now it's back to Holmes. Now to Davies. Davies to Fenwick. Great follow-up tackling by the All Blacks. That was great stuff. Mourie in on the tackle there on the Welsh 22. Everybody waiting to see what the referee gives, but it's not a penalty, it's a scrummage. Ball held in there. Graham Price, regarded by most rugby folk as the best tight head in the world, is on this side of the front row for Wales. That's Loveridge, got it away well to Osborne. Osborne to Stu Wilson. Wilson to McKechnie. McKechnie, can he get to the ball first? Clive Rees beat him to it by a couple of feet. And that's the benefit of having a former Welsh international sprinter on the wing. This looks like the coolest man on the pitch, Gareth Davies. Alan Martin onto Wheel. Bit of singing from the huge North Stand. What a marvellous scene it is here. Just on the Welsh 10 metres line. Martin got hands to it again, but somebody intruded. Wales, however, have mauled well. You see Terry Holmes shouting to his forwards where the ball was. Gets it out to Davies. Found space. Davies is up there. And a lot of red jerseys in support. And Frank Oliver will get a ticking off. That really was quite senseless. The crowd didn't like that one little bit. It was just after the whistle had gone, and that kind of silly thump with the fist just isn't good enough on an international rugby field. And JPR has decided that Gareth Davies will be given this shot at goal, and he's got this distance to cover, and this could be one of the most important kicks that Wales have had for a long time, because if Gareth Davies slots this one, it'll be 15-7, and that's a big margin in a game as close and as tightly contested as this one. So this young 23-year-old from Cardiff, Davies, has he got it there? Just past, and a chance lost as Bruce touches down. Still 12-7. The drop out going straight out, and that was a little bit careless. Gareth Davies is actually positioned slightly right of the scrimmage, but perhaps giving himself room for a drop goal. And it's a penalty for handling, I think, in the scrimmage. Ball still in, but in any case it gives the All Blacks the chance to ease this pressure. Bruce, JPR Williams. Brian Williams was there. So indeed was Mourie, who was ready to take a quick throw if the forwards had been ready. Mourie, their number 7, who evolved that kind of tactic that beat France in the second test in '77. Very bright young captain, tactically aware. This is Dalton, caught there by Holmes, then by Charlie Falconer. Hayden in, now it's Loveridge. Out to Bruce, to Robertson. Creeping up in front, offside. Welsh backs creeping too far forward. Referee deciding that second phase situation had materialised. And this is Brian McKechnie. So here again is a vital kick, but going this time to New Zealand. Brian McKechnie with the chance to cut the deficit to only 2 points. Already with one good goal tucked under his belt. McKechnie, straight and through, and no problems. So that just shows you how a game can suddenly switch on a missed goal kick. Big New Zealand contingent delighted here. Wales could well have been 15-7 up, and in fact they're leading now by only 12 points to 10. 2 points in it, 16 minutes of the second half over. Davies restarts. Up goes Billy Bush. Alan Martin through. But through too quickly. From the wrong side. Doug Bruce. It's a very useful kick indeed. Hasn't found touch, but it begs. Well, in fact, the touch judge's flag is up. And Doug Bruce, who's played over 100 games for his province, Canterbury, has really lifted New Zealand here. That was a magnificent kick. That's the Welsh goal line. And the New Zealand bandwagon starts to roll forward. The pressure goes on. Can the Welshman survive it? Loveridge to Bruce, along the line to Osborne, to Robertson, but the referee's whistle has gone. Brian Williams is away, but they'll all have to come back. Penalty to the Welshman. Brian Williams, who's one of the most difficult men to stop with those tremendously powerful legs of his. My gosh, he doesn't miss many touches, this lad. You know, you get the impression that he's hardly broken sweat, and he's done a tremendous amount of work. New Zealand 22. Drive on by Terry Holmes. Holmes, can he make the line? What a run this is from that line out. It's out there to J.J. Williams. J.J. Great tackle there by Graham Mourie. But it's a penalty for not releasing. That really was Welsh inventiveness and adventurism and opportunism. But the tackle had gone in, the ball had hit the ground, and in that situation the ball must be released. McKechnie. Well, you can feel the tension all round this huge stadium. With only 2 points between those two, and we're approaching the last quarter of the match. Windsor throws. Referee waiting for advantage. Wasn't straight. No advantage accrues, and New Zealand get the option of the throw-in or the scrummage. Two very big packs here, both of them averaging about 15-7 and 15-8. New Zealanders marginally heavier. But Wales with the technique as Jeff Squires bits up, gives it to J.J. Williams. J.J. kicking up towards the line. And that was a nippy bit of work there by Brian McKechnie. But J.J. showing that he's still pretty quick, even with all that elastoplast on. So Wales have cut their line out. Wheel at the front, Martin, Quinnell and Squire. Gary Sear at the back there for the All Blacks. And meant for Squire. Caught there by Mourie and by Rutledge. Terry Holmes just losing possession there, but the referee had seen another infringement. So once again it's the All Blacks to put in, but Wales are within the shadow of the All Blacks posts. Loveridge in trouble as the ball came out. It was Paul Ringer who got round on that, and the Welshman had worked the ball clear, and they'll be a bit disappointed there, but perhaps Mr. Crittenden may have seen the ball be nudged forward by a red hand. That's how close the Welshmen are, and at this stage one score could be vital. Holmes waits for Quinnell to give him the feed, but in fact Squire was robbed there by Graham Mourie. However, it's out there to Gravel. Little kick through for J.J. Williams. Knocked forward. Touchdown there by Loveridge. I think the New Zealanders would have preferred a 22 dropout there from the knock-on short of the line. Scrummages, of course, all turning round now, and that makes it very difficult indeed for scrum halves, especially for a big scrum half like Terry Holmes. He's a big lad, perhaps not quite as nimble as some, but of course stronger than others. And the New Zealanders this time are not using their hooker to throw in. They are using number 11 Brian Williams, and watch this old-fashioned style of throwing in. Didn't work. Charlie Faulkner got it. It's always a surprise for a prop forward, even nowadays, to have the ball in his hands. And the look in Charlie's face down there will be interesting. Here he enjoyed that, I think. Well, it's still grim, and grim resolution by all down there. 5 metres out, Wales. No. And that was the penalty that time, not a free kick. Dave Loveridge taking it quickly and not finding touch. JPR, he'll hoist it. There it goes in. Hayden was there. Billy Bush runs past Fenwick. Bush, the Mourie prop, Out to Stu Wilson. Stu Wilson handing off Clive Rees, almost up to halfway. In comes the cross kick, perhaps not far enough forward. They're onto the Welsh 10 metres line. But Wales have won a crucial ball. Out to Davies. Gravel. Ringer up to halfway. Looking for support from Fenwick. Attack and counter-attack here. Wales winning a crucial ball, and they've won another one. Now it's Davies. Davies to Clive Rees. Clive Rees. Can he go past his man? Just knocked into touch there by young McKechnie. Clive Rees on the outward swerve. Almost away. The marvellous run. But McKechnie did superbly well too to get there and to do just enough to put him into touch. Dalton throws to Brad Johnston. Loveridge got it away well to Bruce. Bruce hoists it. A very good kick indeed. Hoisting it over the breaking forwards. And he's found touch in Welsh territory. Bobby wins it again, checks. Terry Holmes, you'll see, having a word with Gareth Davies. Gary Sear did well. Loveridge held there by Ringer going through, but they've managed to get it away. Doug Bruce once again. Cross comes JPR. So New Zealand must know at this stage that they really will have to just try something different, try something special. There's Brad Johnston at the front, Frank Oliver, Bill Bush, number 3, Andy Hayden, Lester Rutledge, and the captain, Mourie at the tail. Windsor, Holmes to Davies. And a penalty has been given for driving a man out of the line out. And really that is a very serious one from the Welsh point of view and must lift New Zealand hearts, because Brian McKechnie has a tremendous opportunity here of putting New Zealand into the lead. I tell you, Mourie, the New Zealand skipper, will he be looking? He'll be following up, I suppose, but I bet his heart's beating as fast as Brian McKechnie's. And not surprising. What a moment, and some of the crowd here really behaving very badly indeed. McKechnie then for New Zealand. It looks good, and it is good. He is absolutely overjoyed. McKechnie, the 24-year-old from Southland, has put the All Blacks ahead by 13 points to 12, and I make it that we're virtually into injury time. And at this stage, Gareth Davies wouldn't want that ball to fall over. Davies restarts. Hayden goes in. Loveridge. It's a useful one, but JPR, did it go forward? Going to slice that kick a little bit. Knocked back by Rutledge to Bush. And there's the great big black tidal wave, but it's come out to Holmes to Davies. Little bit of space there. Brian Williams on halfway. Loveridge again, driving the Welshman back. Back goes Gareth Davies. Up comes Brian Williams. Mourie's there as well. Hoists it far and far enough. And the referee's whistle goes for the end of the match. And that was out of the blue. And the New Zealanders have gained a dramatic victory here with that Brian McKechnie penalty goal, his third of the match.